I listened to this Megan Thee Stallion song a couple of times to really get the feel, to get the vibes. And you know what? Nothing surprised me. Nothing shocked me. I kind of, when it comes to Megan Thee Stallion, I kind of know what is to come when she's teasing a song before it even comes out. I know the flow, I know the cadence, I know the instrumentation, I know the beats, I know what it's going to sound like before even hearing it. I would bet £500 right now, I don't know what that is in dollars, if I can feel bothered, I'll put the dollars and what it is on the screen. I would bet £500 that I know what Megan's song is going to sound like before it comes out. I would love to just, rap you a couple bars, or even just to give you like the melody of the song, what it's going to sound like, because I know that I would keep that £500 in my bank account. The song is called Lover Girl, right? And the thing is, when I think of the word Lover Girl, I kind of think of soft, maybe airy, really just pouring your heart out, right? And I just don't get that vibe from this song. Megan Thee Stallion kind of blew it with this song. Okay, this is her chance to really reinvent herself, to really show everyone that she has versatility, that she can really go outside the boat. I think there have been songs where Megan Thee Stallion tries going out the boat, but it's either not executed properly, or her fans don't care, because Megan Thee Stallion fans only really care about her music when she's talking about Tory for like the 1000th time. Oh my god, at this point I'm tired. At this point I'm really tired of the Tory Lanez situation. At this point, he's in prison, he's in jail, you got what you wanted. At this point we need to move on. Okay, in the big 2026 we can still not be talking about, Megan Thee Stallion still can't be talking about Tory Lanez. Okay, but when Tory Lanez opens his mouth to say something, he's, all of a sudden people are like, oh my god, she can't say that, da, 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 da. But anyways, that's a whole, long story. I've made some videos about Megan Thee Stallion. I think the reason why she does go after Tory a lot, and why, she's kind of allowed to say things where he isn't, etc., is because I think she kind of still feels guilty deep down inside about something. I think something ain't sitting right with Megan Thee Stallion. I think she feels a little bit guilty, okay? Because we all know who shot Megan, and, anyone with 2 brain cells would know, it wasn't really Tory. Okay, the reason why he got the 10 years he did, it wasn't really because of, popping her in the foot allegedly. It was more of because he had a pew that wasn't licensed properly. So I'm just saying, look at my videos, look at the stuff online. I'm just saying, I think she feels a bit guilty. But moving on, the song just doesn't really give me Lover Girl vibes. It doesn't give me that type of just that vibe, that energy. I just didn't get Lover Girl. Okay, let me read you all the lyrics before you guys jump from my neck. Okay, so one of the verses, Megan Thee Stallion raps, and I quote, "Pop that P for your man, pop that P for your man, pop that P for your man, B, pop that P for your man, Why you effing people's N-words? Need to find your own man, B, moi. Pop that P for your man, pop that P for..." he just keeps going. Pop that P for your man, B, pop that P for your man. Why you effing people's N-words? Need to find your own man, B, moi. Right, and then the other verse, which is like the main kind of like verse hook. Okay, my man, my baby, D me down, spoiling me, driving me crazy. My man, my baby, D me down, spoiling me, driving me crazy. I mean, I just don't think this song is Megan Thee Stallion's best song. I don't think it's that good. I think this will be kind of like a forgotten song, okay? And if I was Megan Thee Stallion, okay, if I was her team, this is what I would do. Take a break from music, okay? Don't even release any singles, any of these. She released a single early this year. What was it called? Whenever, Wherever. Flopped. No one cared about it. Okay, even though she was dissing Cardi B in it, no one cared. Because like I said, no one cares about Megan Thee Stallion unless she's talking about Tory or Nicki Minaj. Apart from that, no one cares. But what I'm going to say is she should not release any music until she's ready to release another album. And even at that, I think Megan should take a bit of a break in her discography, because she released 2 albums like back to back, was it? Like it was Megan, her self-titled album, and then she released like a Megan Part 2, I believe. Like she released back to back to the point where I was like, okay, it's, she released back to back, like the albums were only a couple months apart. I was like, okay, chill. Okay, so I think she should take a break from music and make the general public miss her or want her. Okay, at the moment I don't think people miss Megan Thee Stallion. I think they've actually forgotten about her, and I think she needs to be at a point where the general public misses her. She releases her lead single for her album, obviously, maybe another single after that, and then she releases an album. I feel like Megan Thee Stallion has released a lot of music, and it's kind of become quantity over quality, in my opinion. Like, it was just like too much. We're just getting so many songs and they weren't really that good, in my opinion. Like, no tea, no shade. I would rather that Megan Thee Stallion doesn't release any more singles until she's ready for her next album, to give actual quality versus quantity. But I mean, if you had named this song anything else, I'd be like, okay. But Lover Girl, I don't know. I really don't know about that, okay? And I think Megan Thee Stallion, I think she said in a video that people are being paid to basically spread negative press about her. But I'm going to keep this all the way 100 right now. I'm gonna say it how it is, okay? Welcome to my channel if you're new. I kind of just say what everyone's thinking, but it's too scared to say, so you know what I mean? I just kind of say it. But at one time, Megan Thee Stallion, or she didn't have beef with, but she had beef with Nicki, right? So the Barbs didn't like her. Obviously, Tory Lanez fans don't like her, okay? At one point, she had a bit of a thing with Cardi B, okay? So there's 3 very large fan bases who didn't like you, okay? And then you just have a small minority of people who aren't in those fan bases, but they just think that Megan Thee Stallion is a liar and they don't like her. And they find her very unlikable, okay? And they're not even Tory Lanez stans, and they don't listen to Tory Lanez. They don't even particularly like Tory Lanez, but they just think she's a liar and that, she's, lying out her mouth. Okay, so there's a lot of people online who they're not even part of those fan bases, but they're saying that she's a liar. Everyone should have their opinion, each opinion to their own. But I feel like when someone is changing their story a bit too much, I have to question it. And I don't care who you are, what race, what color, what gender you are, okay? And I said this in another video, like, I really don't care. Like, I really don't care when people are like, oh my gosh, but you're a black woman, so you should be siding with so-and-so because they're black. I don't care. If your story is fishy, I'm going to question it. Okay, if your story is fishy and you're changing your story 10 times and I remember there was a time, this is when this Tory Lanez thing was kind of at a head, right? This must have been I can't remember. This was kind of like during lockdown, but lockdown was kind of getting eased up, at least over here anyways. And Tory Lanez was going back and forth. Tory and Meg were going back and forth on Twitter, right? Megan Thee Stallion basically showed some text on Twitter saying, Tory said sorry and he apologized for popping me in the foot. Like, look at this message where he's apologizing. And then Tory Lanez is like, no, I'm not apologizing for popping you in the foot. I'm apologizing for, smashing you and your best friend and you finding out about it. Like, like, I don't know. I just feel like Megan Thee Stallion has tried to really control kind of this narrative on her side. Like, I remember there was a time where Tory Lanez couldn't speak about the case at all, but Megan Thee Stallion could speak about the case. She could say whatever she wanted, but Tory Lanez couldn't say anything. Megan Thee Stallion is kind of, at the moment with the general public, most people don't really like Megan Thee Stallion. Like, the industry doesn't have to pay people to spin this narrative of why they don't like Megan Thee Stallion. People already just don't like you. No tea, no shade. I'm just saying that how it is. Majority of people just don't like you for the reason I just claimed. No one is paying any blogs, no one is paying any pages. It is what it is, okay? Most people just don't like you, and ever since the Tory Lanez situation, it's been very hard for you to get back. I mean, your career has kind of been in shambles ever since then. No tea, no shade. Like, it hasn't really been the same. It would have been a lot better if she had moved better and smarter. I think Megan Thee Stallion was moving a bit slow, okay? I was thinking she might be a bit slow because of the way she's moving, doing all these Girl King interviews and doing all these interviews. I thought, Megan Thee Stallion, you should be moving a bit better. And I think more people would have actually sympathized with her or liked her more if she had moved a bit smarter during the actual situation. But hey ho, it is what it is. Tory's in jail, Megan is not, so it is what it is, babe. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like her relationship with Klay Thompson, I don't believe that it's real. Okay? I don't know. Something just ain't feeling right with me. Like, something doesn't feel right. Like, I don't know. This just doesn't seem like it's real. I think it's more of a PR relationship because Megan Thee Stallion desperately needs PR. Oh my gosh. She needs all the PR she can get, okay? I don't watch American basketball. I don't really keep up with that. But from what I've heard, Klay Thompson is a decent player. From what I've heard, okay? So he clearly has a great reputation. He seems very unproblematic, just kind of doing his job and going home, right? She needs a man who is unproblematic, who just does his job, who is kind of higher up than her in whatever field he does, right? Which Klay Thompson is, I guess. She doesn't need to have like a Stephon Diggs. That's where Cardi B went wrong. Okay, she thought she was gonna get a Sierra Russell Wilson moment, but she got a Stephon Diggs, an Offset 2.0. So Megan Thee Stallion did not need to have an Offset 2.0, especially after her messy breakup with Pardison Fontaine, where they were going back and forth in taking jabs at each other in songs, where Megan kind of said that allegedly anyways, that Pardison Fontaine cheated on her, and then Pardison Fontaine said that she had lipo and got lipo and she doesn't work out, etc. I feel like she's kind of using him. Okay, and if it wasn't Klay Thompson, it was going to be some other NBA guy. Okay, if it wasn't going to be him, it was going to be someone else. No teenage shade. Okay, and every time I see this guy, he looks like scared for his life. Like, I think I spoke about this in another video. Like, I think it's because he is so introverted and so reserved, but every time Megan is whipping out a camera to show this guy's face, he looks terrified. He looks like a deer in he looks like a deer in headlights. Like, bless him. I don't know. The Klay Thompson relationship can go two ways. She can either break up with him, or he breaks up with her. Well, I say break up in quotation marks because this isn't real. Or they can actually fall in love, actually, be together, and then they will settle down together, have kids, and then when Tory Lanez comes out of prison, Megan Thee Stallion is going to act like none of it ever happened. I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see whether she settles down with him and actually, goes through with him, or she just dumps him. I don't know. I feel like Megan Thee Stallion is kind of like, I don't know if a user is the right word, but I feel like she dated Pardison Fontaine longer than she should have. Like, she dated him for a while, especially throughout the Tory Lanez case and all that stuff was coming out. Like, she was rumoured like smashing all these people, and I think she used Pardison Fontaine and she continued dating him even though the relationship had ran its course, because she needed a man in her side, especially a black man in her corner, to really support her. Okay, I don't know, does that make sense what I'm trying to say? She dated him longer than she needed to, because she really needed men on her side, and especially during that court case, men were really not on her side. Okay, especially black men did not really mess with Meg Thee Stallion anyways. During that whole court case, every week, Tory was going in and hugging his son and whatever. So I think she needed Pardison Fontaine for that case. And then as soon as the case, was over, as soon as the court dates were over, she dumped him and she dropped him like a hot potato, because she was like, well, I don't need you anymore. Let's move on. Let me know what you think of the song. I think the song was pretty terrible. And it's a shame, because the beat is actually so freaking fire. And I think this is a chance for Megan to really show who she is as a rapper and to really show what she can do. Like, she could have been singing on this beat. She could have been really changing up her flow or her topics, whatever. She really could have been pouring her out. But the thing is, the reason why Megan Thee Stallion doesn't do those things and she didn't actually stick to what a lover girl is in the song is because she knows if she was to do that, you guys wouldn't stream it. You guys wouldn't listen to it. Okay, I remember there's a song, I've spoken about this 1,000 times, but there is a song on Traumazine and it is like the best song on the entire album. It got no promotion, none of the fans listened to it, it got no plays. Okay, whenever I talk about it, okay, to other people, they look at me like I'm crazy, like I'm speaking like some different language. What's it called? Anxiety is called. One of the best songs of the album. One song from the album where you really got Megan in a different element. It's either you get a really good song like that from Megan, where she's, kind of pouring herself out and really being open and vulnerable, or we get a song where she's like, my P is depressed. So there's like no real kind of like, how can I say it? Like, Megan Thee Stallion has gone out of the box, don't get me wrong. She's collabed with Dula Peep, right? She's collabed with Spirit Box, right? But the thing is with Megan is like, when she does go outside the box, it just doesn't really end well. Like, it doesn't really do well commercially, and it doesn't really sound that great anyways as it is. So it's kind of like, why go outside the box and do something different when it doesn't do well commercially, it doesn't sound great, when I can just go back to she's probably thinking in her head, when I can just go back to the original, which works every time. It gets the plays, gets the radio, gets the whatever. Like, people like it. So that's what Megan Thee Stallion thinks. She'll say, well, what's the point of me putting in all my effort, my work to really stretch myself and really go outside the box and collaborate with all these artists from pop and for whatever, right, rock, whatever, when my fan base isn't going to listen to it anyways. So what's the point? I may as well just do what I normally do and, get my check and go home. I don't know. Let me know what you think of the song. I just think Megan Thee Stallion, she either needs to wait until the general public misses her again, or she needs to hang it up flat screen. Because I feel like female rap is already dying as it is, because there has been no rap songs, okay, in the Hot 100s, Billboard Hot 100s, top 40 for the first time since the 1990s. I don't think I've ever seen that. Like, rap is really dying, okay? Rap is dying. I've never seen this in my 21 years of living. Like, if you had told me, like, I don't know, like 10-year-old me, that there will be no rap songs in the top 40s on the Billboard Hot 100 charts, I would have said you're lying. Like, you're lying. We've got so and so, And this time, you can't even blame Nicki for this one, okay? People love blaming Nicki for things. You can't blame her for this one, babe. She hasn't released an album since 2023, and she's given the rap girls plenty of time, okay? The amount of rap girls, you have Flo Milli, Glorilla, Monaleo, there you go, Monaleo, and all these rap girls, right? And you're telling me with all these rap artists, all these rap girls, that none of them can make a song that goes in the top 40? So Megan's just released a song. Why isn't that in the top 40? Can anyone elaborate on that? Riddle me this then. Riddle me that. Why isn't Megan's song in the top 40 then? But if she was dissing Nicki, it would be in the top 40 though, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? It would be in the top 40 though. Didn't Barney B just release an album? Where are the singles from that album in the top 40? Why aren't those songs in the top 40? Okay, you guys are saying, oh, that's the number one album. It went number one. It's got all these songs on it. Mind you, I haven't had anyone, outside playing these songs. Only hear them here and there on social media. But let me know what you think of the song. I'm going to go now because I feel like I've been yapping for so long. Yeah, I feel like I think Megan needs to kind of take a break, because I think these type of songs for Megan, something has got to give. Okay, Megan Thee Stallion, something's got to give. Okay, I think a whole rebrand would do her it would do her amazing. Okay, it would be fantastic for her to do a rebrand, kind of like a Pink Print type of rebrand. Like, I would love to see Megan with less makeup, kind of actual clothes on and stuff like that. I'm not saying that she looks bad now by any means. Like, Megan is a beautiful girl, gorgeous girl. I've never denied that. But I would just love to see her kind of strip back and be more authentic and be herself. Like, who is Megan Thee Stallion? Like, who are you really? Like, I want to know who you are, kind of thing. Like, I would love to kind of see that. But, I don't know if Rock Nation and her label and all of that, well, she's not signed to a label, she's independent, but I don't know all of the finances and the music videos and stuff, all that money. Oh, just knocked my water bottle. All of that, I have to think of, obviously, releasing music is not cheap, but that's just coming from me, okay? And I'll see you in my next video. I literally keep saying that every 5 seconds. See you in my next video.